When President Eisenhower founded Sister Cities International, promoting peace through people-to-people diplomacy, targeting friends and former enemies alike, Comhaltas was already 5 years in existence. Paths crossed on July the 1st, 2025, when members of Williamson Sister Cities Board attended a Comhaltas session at Kavanagh's, Main Street, Portlaoise, and joined in the crack.
That I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no town.
The resultant invitation to visit Franklin was greeted with enthusiasm and a speedy fundraising drive, making it very affordable for those who wished to travel. Excitement was palpable as the group crossed over Greenland and then glimpsed the volunteer state, where they were greeted by the hosts to be treated as family members for the entire week.
They're going to be traveling around Franklin and Nashville for the next week, getting a reception with the mayor, and we're going to move on from there.
After the formalities, a few tunes with Ben on the bench, the recently unveiled memorial to the influential signatory of the Constitution of the United States, after whom the city of Franklin is named. More about Franklin history later. That was lunchtime. The day began at the privately run Battleground Academy in time for Fionn to share his birthday treats. He's a jolly good fellow. BGA is a private centre for arts and entrepreneurship, catering for both sexes from pre-kindergarten up to senior school, with excellent facilities, including this basketball arena. The concert hall is state-of-the-art, and the performances for middle and senior schools, respectively, were well received. Annual fees range from about $17,000 to about $35,000, plus meal plans. Reduced by about 75% for deserving cases, which amounted to $2.5 million last year. Interaction with students was excellent, especially from one senior student in particular. A good sport. Director of Instrumental Music, David Lascelles, joining on Bowron to conclude the sessions. Public schools were closed for spring break. Belmont University at Nashville, once a college for young women, is an ecumenical Christian university recognised as a leader in music business education. The Laois Group sensed a familial connection, passing by the O'Moore College of Architecture and Design. With a student population of more than 9,000 and a student-faculty ratio of 12:1, the guided tour revealed the facilities available to students at fees of approximately $75,000 per annum.
That in 2008 and 2020 we hosted the U.S. presidential debates. Students in that dorm were deemed too close to the president and therefore a security risk, so they actually got put up in a 5-star hotel on the government's dime, which is pretty nice. Wish I got to be there for that.
Plenty to cheer about in the 5,000-seater arena.
They also host a church fair at the beginning of every year where churches from around Nashville will come and set up stands, and students can go find one that they might want to call their church home for their time in Nashville.
In the Museum of Iconic Instruments, with many guitars valued at $1 million or more, the Uilleann pipes were of great interest.
I don't have the full set with me because I couldn't bring it all on the plane, but typically with the Uilleann pipes, you can call it, Irish word for elbows, Uilleann, you'd have drums that come out of the bag here and play a drum under 3 different octaves of the D, or depending on the key of the set, and you'd also have regulators, you play chords with your wrists as you're playing as well. So yeah, a lot of sweeter sounding bagpipes really, Irish equivalent.
That's the major. So A, C sharp, D. So basically in bluegrass, a lot of the improv, I call it major, but it's basically a minor pentatonic scale with a major third. So if you really analyze some of the improv and a lot of the bluegrass music, it's basically just a minor pentatonic scale with a major third, and a lot of the comping often stays off the third, so then you can kind of go back and forth between the minor and the major third as you were playing some of that stuff. So just a little teeny theoretical test for all of us.
Some insights on bluegrass techniques from Dr. Ryan Joseph. And then this.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, give them a round of applause. So I'm going to do something with the Irish students that we did here. I want, and this includes us too. Listen to more than just yourself. We're excited, right? So we're all like just playing the tune. The only thing to change this time is make sure you're not just listening to your instrument. And let's take the tempo about here. Dun, 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 dun. Rhythm Meister.
1, 2, 3.
If the Belmont students, and for y'all too, if you learn nothing else about music in your life, I think this is it. This is why I do music, because it connects people, right? And we have our little family here at Belmont, but these are folks that are from thousands of miles away, and we're able to communicate in a way where words do not suffice, right? So it's such an honor to have you all here. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. Yep.
Thank you all my students for playing along, and tomorrow we're going to collaborate, so we'll see you all around 5 o'clock. We'll figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. Don't even worry about it.
One of the highlights of the week, perhaps equalled, if not surpassed, the following evening by a collaborative rendition with the World Fiddles and Bluegrass Ensemble for a public performance live streamed on the stage of the 1,000-seater Massey Hall for the Performing Arts.
All right, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. Our visitors from Ireland and the World Fiddle Ensemble. This is what music is all about to me, bringing people together. PJ, come on. The folks from Ireland came to one of our classes yesterday. It's really all culminating because Dr. Lane, Dr. Jeremy Lane, Director of School of Music, and I were working on developing a Maymester trip. So our students then can go to Ireland and get to experience this in their homeland. So Belmont's really a special place. It can be a springboard to really...
Bluegrass director Ryan Joseph is smitten with the prospect of future collaboration. Expect to see Belmont students exploring music in Ireland in the not-too-distant future. In the meantime, let's leave our friends at Belmont and explore the city of Nashville, named after the Revolutionary War hero Francis Nash. Its role as a shipping port and railroad hub made it a crucial target during the Civil War. Now Music City, welcoming tourists where music bars are open from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Two kids in bed, a cold dinner plate said someday I'll slow down, then someday I'll slow down. $100 billboards in half just like a tan, and the fiddle plays Amazing Grace just like a violin. You can get there on a trip, don't you wanna go on it? I want a sunset ride above the rodeo, Colorado High, Well, $100 billboards in half just like a tan,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are broadcasting live from the Mother Church of Country Music. Welcome to the Ryman Auditorium.
Welcome to the historic Ryman in Nashville, Tennessee.
Welcome to the Ryman! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the CMA Theater at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum in downtown Nashville. We're just a few blocks away from where the Ryman Auditorium is. That's where bluegrass music was born.
The Ryman, the CMA and the basketball stadium are amongst the famous buildings, but Nashville also notes earlier times at Woolworths, where plaques recount the struggle for desegregation in 1960, when 81 students were jailed for 33 1/3 days, leading to Nashville becoming the first major city to desegregate lunch counters. But it was not until 1964 that all public buildings came into line. There was no sign of segregation as the Comhaltas group welcomed arrivals at Berryfield Nashville Airport in the afternoon.
Hi, I'm LaWanda Mason, and I'm the manager of Community Affairs and Arts at the airport. Here at our CD stage, we have performances 5 days a week. And I'm so particularly happy to have this group from the County Laois, Ireland.
By contrast, touring the Schermerhorn Centre and attending a symphony concert gave the musicians cause to ponder on the possibilities of collaboration with a classical ensemble. The Franklin factory building, constructed in 1929 to manufacture stoves, which survived receivership during the Great Depression of the 1930s, is now preserved as a commercial, retail and entertainment centre on the National Register of Historic Buildings. This corner is reserved for entertainers. The Franklin Cinema was built in 1937, closed 70 years later, but after an $8 million rehabilitation by the Heritage Foundation, it continues as a not-for-profit cinema and music theatre staffed by volunteers.
That's one of the things, like Mayor Anderson said, everybody always volunteers. It's uncanny. Or you move here for a year from California, New York, and people get it. They want to be part of that volunteerism, that giving community.
With a population 3 times that of Portlaoise, Franklin takes advantage of the vastness of the landscape to look relaxed and uncrowded. Low density with many businesses operating from home. The Masonic Lodge, the first 3-storey building in the state, continuously occupied since its construction in 1823, is believed to have been the tallest building in all of Tennessee for a time.
They were neutral because they had just moved here from Germany.
During the American Civil War, there were more than 150 skirmishes in Williamson County. In the area surrounding the Carter family home, nearly 10,000 were killed in an afternoon. The Carter family took refuge in their basement. Their Confederate soldier son was pleased to be stationed so near home, but was fatally wounded and later stretchered into the house to die, where he was born 24 years earlier. Not only could we see a restored area of the battlefield and the damaged walls around the Carter house, spent bullets recovered from the battlefield can be seen in the city library. Civil War memorabilia abounds. In the main square, the Confederate soldier monument, known as Chip, is faced since 2021 by a coloured Union trooper, located at the courthouse where slaves were sold, part of the community-led Fuller Story project. That the community can reach consensus on projects like the Fuller Story may be due to the presence of a synagogue, a mosque, and over 100 Christian churches. However, safety has become a concern in recent times, and state grants are available to pastors wishing to improve security.
Welcome to our guest musicians and dancers down front. They are from the county of Laois in Ireland, Central Ireland, and they have been with us this week. Their organization, Comhaltas, is the word assembly, to gather an assembly of people preserving the tradition of Irish music and traditional Irish instruments. So they're going to share that with us today. Welcome to Brentwood UMC. The music made is going to be a blessing and glorify God this morning.
Live streamed across the world. Being fully immersed in family homes for our stay allowed for a more complete experience of the southern way of life in Williamson County than would be possible as a regular tourist staying twice as long. Of course, the commercial experience of theme parks such as Dollywood, with its many attractions, even flying through the trees like the wild eagle, may be a unique experience and worth the 3.5-hour each-way drive from Franklin, when broken by a stop at Bookies, where bigger is deemed better.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Even the theme park train was bigger.
Miss Dolly Parton is definitely here today. She is in the park right now as we speak.
But it's hard to beat St. Patrick for parading. The Irish Nashville Association enjoyed a large turnout for the festival.
We play other clubs that are in different cities. So Memphis has one, Knoxville has one. There's all throughout the Southeast and all across the United States. So we play, teams that are mixed with American-born players and Irish players. And like earlier this year, Nashville actually won a tournament out in Tampa, and we completely dominated everyone out there. So we're really looking to show up this year and show everyone what Nashville Gaelic sports is all about.
At ease playing in a busy session with complete strangers, or in a home recording studio with a Grammy Award winner and his family. Perhaps the Sister Cities concept may yet succeed in bringing world peace if more person-to-person contacts are established with music as the universal language.